state regime media, which calls itself Fox, is finally turning against Donald Trump as Trump continues to lie that there's going to be a deal with Iran, but then escalates and makes an already catastrophic war more catastrophic and destroys our economy and crashes the markets. We're seeing some Fox hosts say, I don't think there's going to be a deal. I think Trump is making this up for real. I mean, you have one of Fox's chief propagandists, Jesse Waters, say, hey, he keeps on saying we're close, but I really don't know what that means. This is from Jesse Waters. He's like a Trump bootlicker. Here, play this clip.
Puts even more pressure on him and gives us more leverage in those negotiations.
Yeah, the president indicated that he does not want to resume major combat operations. He said if we did do that, you'd have the strait closed for another 2 to 3 to 4 months. And he doesn't want that. And he keeps saying we're very close. We're days away, and I don't know what that means. We've heard that for a very long time. I mean, oil has gone down. It was closed at, I think, 89 today, but gas prices are very high. And there's a lot of people in the administration, I think, that would like to see the job finished, and others think that, you know, we're pretty close. But what do we know?
That has never stopped us.
Yeah. Too bad they demonized Tesla, Jesse.
we'll continue to watch.
Then you had another Trump bootlicker, Laura Ingraham, on Iran, saying we keep hearing their military's destroyed, but if Iran's military's destroyed, how do they keep on fighting back? I don't think they're destroyed. Listen to what Ingraham has to say. Let's play this clip.
To discuss is Nathan Sales, Ambassador at Large and former counterterror coordinator under President Trump. Mr. Ambassador, Iran's foreign minister just posted on X that the U.S. opted to test our determination, leave our region if you want to be safe, and said that Iran's military will hit back. We keep hearing their military is destroyed, obviously, but if their military is destroyed, how are they continuing to hit us? I mean, an Apache helicopter, costs about $46 million, not to speak of the potential injury or loss of life.
Yeah, Iran feels emboldened. They're hitting us because they've used the ceasefire to rebuild their armed forces and to deploy their armed forces in a way that they can use them to hit us. And this is the real problem here. When the United States engages in diplomacy, we're most effective when we negotiate from a position of strength with a credible threat of military force. And what the Iranians have seen over the past couple of months is, as you said, patience, which they misinterpret as weakness. And so when CENTCOM says we're going to hit you in a proportional way, I worry that that sends the wrong message. That doesn't send a message that we're going to dominate you and destroy you. It says, well, we'll engage in onesies and twosies and tit for tat. That's not going to restore deterrence. That's not going to restore the escalation dominance we need to bring this war to a successful conclusion.
It was everybody on Fox yesterday. You had Greg Gutfeld says, it feels like this is like a never-ending war. You think, Gutfeld? He's like, this reminds me of Survivor, where it just keeps on going on and on. Like, what series are we on now? The never-ending one where our economy crashes, Gutfeld, when you've been telling everybody that things were going great, Gutfeld. That's where we are. Play this clip.
But I do feel like this war, and this is on me. It's not on it's like, I feel like it's the show Survivor, where it just keeps going on and on. What series are we on now? Maybe 20 years ago, I wouldn't be this impatient or this jaded. I don't know what happened, but it feels like we have such a short, maybe it's healthy. We have just a short fuse for this stuff. And I think the Russia-Ukraine war kind of just like that thing's been going on for almost 5 years now, wow. 4.5 years, that we've kind of just like started to treat war like something in the background, which is not really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, luckily this operation, we've had very few casualties.
That is true.
Hopefully we keep it that way. Harold.
Or then you have Dana Perino, and she goes, I think this ceasefire has been fake all along. Yeah, that's what I've been saying on the MeidasTouch network now for 100 days. Literally, that's what I've been saying while you and your ilk have been saying the opposite. So nice of you to say that now. Here, play this clip.
An achievement, I think, also for the United States military. I think the ceasefire has been fake all along, but we've been super tolerant. But President Trump said, if you do this, I will hit you back. And that's how strong leaders lead. It's like, okay, well, here you go. You asked for it. And I don't know if that gets anybody back to the negotiating table. I think that the ceasefire is kaput for now.
The president the other day said, Greg, a ceasefire.
More Jesse Waters, who says, the ceasefire's collapsing. We may have received an offer, I don't know, but it's collapsed. Yeah, it's collapsed. It doesn't exist, Jesse. It's all made up. It's yet another Donald Trump Ponzi scheme. Let's play this clip.
Does this set us back, Jesse, or not, in terms of trying to get a deal with the Iranians?
I don't know. I do know that the ceasefire is slowly collapsing after what we saw with the Israelis in Lebanon, and them exchanging fire with the Iranians, us telling them to stop, quit, and then the Houthis launching a missile into Israel. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of deteriorating. It's not shattered, so they're still negotiating, and they're negotiating pretty seriously. Witkoff was talking to the president the other day. I think we just received an offer. I'm hearing from Washington that we like what we're seeing, but I don't know how much closer it means to getting to that final deal.
Kennedy, any thoughts on this closing?
Or how about when state regime media brought on Carlos Jimenez, MAGA Republican congressman, who goes, I'm starting to feel like we're Charlie Brown on Iran, and Iran is Lucy. Every time we go and kick the ball, it's taken away. Yeah, because the whole thing is fake. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like we are Bernie Madoff's investors and Donald Trump is Bernie Madoff and he's defrauded us all because he's a freaking liar. And this is what he does. Or maybe we're like investors unwittingly in Truth Social stock after Trump crashes it and he lies about everything. Let's play this clip.
Is Trump helping Iran by ordering Netanyahu not to hit Hezbollah?
Yeah, I hate to depart from my president, but I agree with it. Look, I'm starting to feel like we're Charlie Brown and Iran is Lucy, and every time we go kick the ball, it's been taken away. We're close to a deal. We're 2 days from a deal. We're 3 days from a deal, and it's not happening. And so, if I were in Vegas right now, I'd be betting against in 2 days. We're going to be right where we are today. I think that bad behavior deserves punishment, and unfortunately, the Iranians are exhibiting bad behavior, and they're not suffering any consequences for that. As you can tell, I'm a little bit more hawkish than the president would be.
Then you had on the Varney show, they bring in Mike Lawler, and they're like, well, what do you make of Donald Trump getting booed? I mean, Fox bringing up that the guy got booed. And Lawler had to respond. He's like, everybody gets booed, like Hochul. We boo everybody in New York. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think Obama would get booed. I think Obama would get a standing O. Let's play this clip.
Last night, the Knicks, I'm sure you know, the Knicks lost Game 3 of the NBA Finals. President Trump was in attendance. It didn't seem like the game united New Yorkers. Mr. Trump was booed. So it didn't offer unity, did it? It was more like offering division at the game.
Listen, I've seen Kathy Hochul drop the puck at Rangers games and be booed mercilessly because everybody hates her. The fact is, sports have always been like this. People jeer, they cheer. It's nothing new. And frankly, from my vantage point, President Trump's a lifelong Knicks fan. All of us in New York are excited that the Knicks are on the path to win the NBA championship for the first time in 52 years.
Man, I can't believe it's like summer already. I don't know about you, but summer for me means travel, unpredictable schedules, late nights, weekends that fill up fast, and a lot less structure than usual. That's exactly why I keep AG1 in my routine. Because no matter where I wake up or how busy the day gets, I can still do one simple thing for my health every morning. Summer is for letting things slide a little bit. I mean, isn't that kind of the point? But there's one easy thing that takes 30 seconds and covers your bases no matter what the season throws at you. 1 scoop plus 8 ounces of water every morning. AG1. AG1 is a daily health drink with a multivitamin, pre- and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants. 1 scoop, 8 ounces of water. The next gen formula delivers 75 plus ingredients backed by 4 clinical trials and has been clinically shown to support gut health, fill common nutrient gaps, and improve key nutrient levels within 3 months. I use AG1 every single day because it helps me keep one healthy habit consistent, even when everything Nothing else is changing, and honestly, I just feel a whole lot better when I take it. Whether I'm at home, traveling, or running from one thing to the next, it's an easy part of my morning routine that helps me feel like I've started the day on the right foot. Visit drinkag1.com/Meidas to get a free morning person hat and free AG1 flavor sampler in your welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription. That's an $82 value. That's drinkag1, the number 1.com/Meidas. drinkag1.com/Meidas. MEIDAS.
And then, by the way, even more, you have Maria Bartiromo with Peter Navarro on state regime media calling itself Fox. And she goes, so do you think it's a good move that the U.S. government is selling H200 chips to China? Like, bad move, huh? Like, wasn't that kind of classified and there were like restrictions on that? And Navarro's like, yeah, let's not talk about that. It's a good point. I don't like it. Let's not talk about it. Let's play this clip.
Real quick before you go, you wrote a whole book on China and you've done so much work on it. The U.S. approving the sale of NVIDIA H200 chips to roughly 10 approved Chinese companies last month. Good idea?
We are under attack from China, weaponized. We've got to watch ourselves. This stuff with chips, AI, that's a whole different conversation.
Bad idea.
I'll be coming back. I'm gonna stay in my own lane on that.
You're not happy about it.
But look, it's a serious issue.
Yeah, I know it is.
And we've got to be very careful about what we're giving to the Chinese. We got to be more careful. But the best thing the Chinese ever did to us is weaponize critical minerals and rare earths.
Good
because
point.
my job's real easy now.
Yeah.
I had to fight people before, but we're moving at warp speed on critical minerals and rare earths. I saw an earlier segment. We are getting that done.
Yeah.
Then you had Brooke Rollins on state regime media saying that the screwworm will be around for a couple more months at least. Yeah, because you all cut screwworm detection. You cut the detection. Doge cut it the same way you cut Ebola detection. That's what happens. And then you allowed in cattle from Argentina, which has screwworms. That's like what happened. Let's play this clip.
Today, we will solve this with more sterile fly drops, which is a very elaborate way to fix this. They did it in the 60s. We're now bringing it back. Last year, we broke ground. We're going to be able to start pushing back and eradicating in just a couple of months. But until then, the word is food supply is safe. But for our ranchers and anyone around animals, especially in South Texas, look for any kind of wound where a fly could lay an egg. And we're there to treat it with our partners in Texas.
I've read
Then you have Fox grilling Tom Homan. They're grilling Border Czar. It's a weird thing to call yourself, but Border Czar, Tom Homan. And the Fox hosts go, so is your goal here by threatening to shut down international terminals in airports in blue states and blue cities just to get like everybody to hate you? Like, is your goal to make everybody despise you? I'll show you. Let's play this clip.
Yeah. So in terms of sanctuary cities not working with you, Tom, Secretary of Homeland Security, Mark Wayne Mullen, suggested, well, maybe at big airports and sanctuary cities, I would imagine JFK, LaGuardia, maybe in the Newark area, well, we'll pull customs agents from those airports, which obviously would slow down entry into those airports, people coming in from overseas, people returning home from overseas. New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Denver, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, all potentially in the crosshairs here. Here's what Secretary Duffy said about that plan. Listen here.
We have people from around the world and around the country that need to be able to fly into all different kinds of places. We shouldn't shut down air travel in a state that doesn't agree with our politics.
I mean, this idea of pulling customs agents from these major airports, I'm reminded of that line from the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. What's your goal here? To get everybody to hate you?
Well, look, I'm not going to, Secretary Mullen came up with the idea. I know he's getting a lot of support on the Hill. My idea is send more ICE agents because we're forced into the streets, send more ICE agents to do that job. And people we arrest, fly them out of state because you put us in that position. I think we doubled down.
Then you had Dr. Oz on state regime media saying the Medicaid and Medicare is a great danger to people. Okay, play this clip.
we created a program with great danger. And when we allowed expansion of Medicaid and also allowed able-bodied people to be on this beautiful program created 60 years ago.
Then Kellyanne Conway, she goes, I'm Christian. I believe in second chances, but that should not allow you to become a senator if you are, if you treat women poorly. First off, Donald Trump, by the way, Donald Trump is an adjudicated predator. He's been found liable for sexual assault. So you may want to look at the person who's had the claims against them adjudicated, Kellyanne, like the person who you like idolize and you propagandize for. So I think you're talking about Donald here. Play this clip.
They are. He is not senatorial. He's satirical. I felt like we were in a therapy session because everything he was talking about was about him and how he's grown and how he's learned. And that's all well and fine. I'm a Christian. I believe in redemption. We should give everybody space and grace, second chances. But go heal your family. Go do that somewhere other than at a podium where you aspire to be one of 100 United States senators in this country of 335 million Americans.
More from Kellyanne Conway. She's like, where's his wife? Where's the wife of Graham Platter? Where's Melania? Donald Trump is on audio bragging about sexually assaulting women. He says you get away with it when you're rich. Donald Trump's on audio bragging about inspecting girls from beauty pageants naked. When you're the owner, you inspect him, he says. Donald Trump was found liable for sexual assault. But do tell, Kellyanne, do tell. Here's what she says.
In this country of 335 million Americans. Sean, also, what was conspicuous by his absence? Where's his wife? Where's mom? Where's dad? Where are any siblings? Where are any friends? He's got people who are women who are making fools of themselves, to be frank, and you can quote me, ladies, holding up signs knowing about his behavior toward women. That's the one thing we know for sure. He hasn't denied any of it, by the way. When he denies it, he gets caught lying. He's now just apologizing for it. Does he know what a United States senator does? They vote on treaties. They vote on sending people, going to war or not going to war. They vote on appropriations. They have a very important sacrosanct set of duties in this country. Susan Collins is the head of the Appropriations Committee. We're going to go from that to this. And Sean, to your point, I know Mainers consider themselves independent thinkers and all of that. It was Ross Perot's best state. He got 30% in 1992. It was his best state in the whole country. They may be independent, but they're not easily fooled. And they know this guy is a complete fraud. So he won tonight, but he's got a long road ahead of him. And Sean, Ro Khanna was up there, but no one else has really shown up with him in a while. Just the freaks on the margins.
Bernie Sanders. Then they bring on Jamison Greer, and as you see, the wheels falling off, Jamison Greer rounds it all up by saying, you know what? We really got to blame Canada for Canada's fault. Let's blame Canada for everything. Let's play it.
Or Vietnam. So we're trying to change those rules. We call them rules of origin to make sure that people aren't using Mexico as a third country hub. We would expect the same for Canada when we are able to get to some kind of an arrangement with them. Right now they have a different approach to the United States. They have some retaliatory tariffs still in effect, and that makes it a problem for us to negotiate.
There you have it, folks. State regime media turning against Trump. I mean, look, let's be clear. They're still propagandists, but you see them calling it out. I'm going to do another video about all the MAGAs turning against them as well. Watch that too. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million. Thank you. Let's just double check that you're actually subscribed. Let's get to 7 million subscribers.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.